Imagine standing at the edge of time itself, peering into an infinite void, a place unmarred by existence, where only the profound presence of God resides. What if I told you that pondering the origin of God isn't just a philosophical exercise, but a soul-stirring journey that could reshape your understanding of everything? Join me as we unravel the mysteries of eternity itself, exploring how an eternally existing creator defies the very limits of our logic. Are you ready to discover the truth about the most extraordinary being in the universe? Let's dive in and uncover the beginning of all beginnings. Imagine a realm where time doesn't tick, where beginnings and ends merge into an eternal now. This is the realm we must venture into when we begin contemplating the origin of God's eternal enigma that transcends human understanding. Within the pages of religious texts and the musings of philosophers and theologians, the question often reverberates: who, or what, was God before creation? Does this question even make sense outside our own limited comprehension of time and existence? In many religious traditions, God is often described as eternal, existing outside time, without a beginning or end. Such notions are inherently difficult for finite minds to grasp. We are temporal creatures bound by the sequence of moments, measuring existence in past, present, and future. Consider this. If we imagine a time before time, where God resides alone in his eternal essence, we encounter an almost paradoxical dissonance between what we can conceive and what truly is. Did God contemplate creation before existed? Is our concept of before and after applicable to an entity outside the very fabric of space-time? Plato and Aristotle, Greek philosophers whose thoughts have shaped much of Western thinking, wrestled with ideas of eternity. According to Plato, the material world is a mere shadow of a higher realm of forms or ideas, which are eternal and unchanging. For Aristotle, God is the unmoved mover, a being that exists outside the created world and is eternally perfect and unchanged. These philosophical musings suggest that the divine is fundamentally different from anything in the world. It does not evolve, age, or change. Could it be that this timeless existence is what God was before the dawn of creation? Similarly, the Judeo-Christian tradition describes God's eternal nature in scriptures such as Psalm 90:2, "Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting you are God." Here, the assertion is clear: God exists before creation itself. Yet, such statements invite further inquiry. If God is everlasting, doesn't that imply eternity extends in both directions, forwards and backwards, past and future? The idea of God's timelessness is also a central theme in Eastern philosophies and religions. Hindu scriptures speak of Brahman, the ultimate reality or cosmic spirit, which transcends all forms of existence and concepts of time. The Upanishads, ancient Indian texts, convey the notion of a cosmic being that encompasses and exceeds the universe, signifying a presence both immanent and transcendent. In contrast, Buddhism often challenges the need to ponder divine origins at all. The Buddha abstained from discussing the metaphysical origins of the universe, directing his followers instead to focus on the path to enlightenment and liberation from suffering. This subtly infers that some mysteries, while deeply intriguing, may transcend earthly pursuits of understanding. From the perspective of modern science, cosmology offers intriguing parallels. The concept of the Big Bang suggests a universe that had a beginning, a singularity, where time and space emerged together. In such a framework, asking what came before the universe is scientifically speculative, much like questioning what lies beyond the universe's temporal fabric. These inquiries edge toward the metaphysical, the realm where physics intersects with philosophy. As we navigate this vast tapestry of ideas, we find a compelling unity. Every philosophical, theological, and scientific exploration of the divine acknowledges an unfathomable mystery, a reality beyond complete human understanding. Whether articulated through faith, reason, or empirical evidence, the essence of God as pre-existent and eternal challenges us to broaden our perspectives on time and existence. This profound mystery invites introspection and awe. It propels believers and thinkers alike into deeper reflection, invoking not only philosophical and scientific inquiry, but also spiritual contemplation. As we ponder the eternal enigma of God's origin, we begin to glimpse the grandeur of divine reality, evoking a sense of humility in our hearts and minds. Such reflections often lead to faith, a humble acceptance that some questions, while eternally fascinating, may dwell forever at the edges of our understanding. In considering these timeless questions, the eternal enigma beckons each of us to explore the boundaries of our knowledge and faith, urging humanity's perpetual quest for meaning and truth amid the mysteries of existence. Yet, despite our efforts to unravel divine timelessness, the eternal essence of God remains an enigma perpetually challenging, infinitely intriguing, and profoundly humbling. The journey into understanding the divine and the question of God's origin unfolds as a rich tapestry of philosophical inquiry, especially when viewed through the prism of ancient Greek thought. These philosophers, long considered some of history's greatest thinkers, grappled with the essence of existence and the mysteries of the divine, inspiring generations to ponder the profound question, who was God before creation? Central to this exploration is the concept of self-existentia, notion that defies the confines of human logic. The likes of Plato, Aristotle, and Parmenides initiated discussions that resonate even today, exploring a reality unbound by temporal restrictions. Plato, through his theory of forms, proposed a realm of perfect, unchanging ideals, casting the physical world as a mere shadow of true reality. This mirrors theological views that God exists in a realm beyond our imperfect human perception, an eternal, unalterable being not subject to the flux and decay that characterize the material world. Aristotle introduced the concept of the unmoved mover, or the prime mover, a fundamental force responsible for motion in the universe, without being moved itself. This idea posits the existence of an uncaused cause, a perfect embodiment of potentiality and actuality that establishes motion in all things without itself being acted upon. Such a viewpoint aligns with traditional theological perspectives that interpret God as an uncreated creator, necessitating no origin, because the very concept of beginning is a property of the physical universe, not applicable to the divine. Aristotle's philosophical stance holds that this prime mover inspires movement through love and the sheer perfection of its form, a notion that bears striking resemblance to theological assertions of God as infinite love and ultimate truth. For believers, this aligns with the biblical assertion that God is the Alpha and the Omega, encapsulating eternity in its entirety. The biblical portrayal of God as existing before all things and having created time itself transcends the linear confines of human understanding. Engaging with such philosophical thought compels us to shift our questioning from what is the origin of God to what is the nature of perfection that necessitates no origin, a contemplation more in harmony with belief in a divine entity that perpetually transcends the temporal beginning and end. The ancient philosopher Parmenides argued for an understanding of reality wherein all change is illusory and permanence is the ultimate truth. His thinking suggests that any change, including the creation and destruction seen around us, lies in the realm of appearance. For one who accepts God as this ultimate truth, God's permanence contextualizes the universe's constant flux and aligns with the theological description of God's unchanging nature. Indeed, as Parmenides posited, understanding God as existing outside time leads us to conclude that questioning God's origin may be a misstep rooted in human tendencies to apply temporal logic to that which is beyond space and time. The challenge, then, lies in transcending our immediate empirical understanding and accepting a reality that defies chronological causality, reality often reflected in spiritual belief and mystical experience. Central to biblical teachings is the assertion that God's existence forms the foundation upon which everything else is constructed. In the story of Moses, God reveals himself as I am WHO I am, emphasizing an existence not derived from any other source, emphasizing self-existence, purity, and independence from creation. This revelatory encounter underscores the timeless and foundational nature of the divine, a concept consistently reiterated through Scripture and echoed by philosophers who spoke of reality as interconnected, yet rooted in an imperceptible source. The steadfast belief in an eternal deity invites a reconsideration of origin, moving away from seeking physical evidence toward embracing philosophical and theological insights. The divide between tangible reality and the infinite often illustrates the limits of empirical knowledge. Biblical wisdom suggests that the secrets of divine existence are not bound by the intellectual constraints of humanity. As such, this exploration reminds us that faith and understanding commence where empirical evidence and rational comprehension falter. In striving to comprehend this timeless mystery, humans may engage in endless inquiry, philosophical debate, and spiritual reflection. Yet ultimately, it is the harmonious relationship between philosophical inquiry and faith that allows believers to appreciate the depth of divine existence. Philosophers and theologians alike point us toward a deeper understanding of reality, encouraging exploration beyond the seen to treasure the unseen and eternal. Through this inquiry, beliefs are strengthened and perspectives broadened, offering a more holistic approach to embracing the divine mysteries of existence. In the journey to understand the mysteries of the universe and the enigmatic origin of a presumed divine being, the interplay between scientific perspectives and mystical realities leads us into a realm where human comprehension is often stretched to its limits. In this chapter, we explore the foundational scientific theories like the Big Bang and thermodynamics, which, although they address the physical beginnings of our cosmos, stimulate more profound questions about unseen and spiritual influences that might transcend them. The Big Bang theory, widely accepted in the scientific community, posits that our universe began nearly 13.8 billion years ago from an extremely hot, dense singularity. From that incomprehensible moment, space itself began to expand and cool, leading to the formation of cosmic structures we observe today. Yet, even this grand explanation lacks sufficiency when faced with the question of what, if anything, precipitated the Big Bang. This absence of an empirical precursor demands consideration of possibilities outside the purview of conventional science. Thermodynamics, with its laws describing energy transfer and entropy, offers insight into a universe perpetually changing yet bound by certain constraints. The second law, essentially the law of increasing entropy, suggests our universe is on a path towards disorder and maximal entropy. From a metaphysical perspective, one might ask how this constant trajectory aligns with the presence of order, beauty, and complex life forms. Could an unseen spiritual dimension, ironically not bound by these laws, play a role in this ceaseless act of creation and renewal? Is it possible that a divine influence breathes order into chaos, challenging these scientific laws? To appreciate how a spiritual entity might interact with the material cosmos, we must also draw parallels with the enigma of consciousness. Despite vast scientific advances, consciousness remains an elusive phenomenon, one that straddles the seen and unseen, the measurable and the mystical. Some argue that the human consciousness epitomizes a bridge connecting the physical world with a vast spiritual reality, just as energy remains a constant amidst a universe of changing forms. In this sense, consciousness might serve as a metaphor for a divine presence, subtle, omnipresent, yet beyond full human understanding. In grappling with such notions, we confront the inevitable limits of human understanding. Much of metaphysical speculation hinges on belief, on the conviction that perceived reality is but a shadow of a greater truth. Consider the analogy of energy, invisible and imperceptible in its purest form, yet eternally present, governing and facilitating life in myriad ways. Spiritual realities might similarly exist, palpably influencing without being fully known, parallel to the way faith can be a guiding compass in life's uncharted waters. Historical theological perspectives suggest that this interplay between the seen and unseen is a reflection of divine intention. The universe's finite nature, its tendency toward entropy, even its mysterious beginning, might be seen as divine invitations for humanity to seek, understand, and ultimately transcend the physical realm in pursuit of deeper truths. As we journey through these contemplations, we are reminded of how our grasp of reality, while sophisticated, remains a dim reflection of potential spiritual truths. The mystical realities that elude empirical investigation nonetheless invite us to adopt a reverent curiosity and openness to the mystery that is part and parcel of the divine. In accepting the limits of our scientific inquiry, we might paradoxically begin to glimpse, if not fully comprehend, the infinite. Ultimately, Scientific perspectives and mystical realities do more than coexist. They intertwine, weaving a complex narrative that encourages thoughtful reflection on what lies beyond our understanding. They serve to remind us that, despite our advances, the universe and whatever divine reality underpins it remain vast, inviting exploration not only through the lens of science but through the spirit of inquiry fueled by faith, wonder, and humility. As our exploration unfolds, we delve into a realm where the boundaries of comprehension blur and the essence of the divine becomes a tantalizing mystery. The question of God's origin, although seemingly insurmountable, invites us into an infinite journey where logic and faith intersect, and the transcendence of the Creator stands beyond the grasp of human intellect. This journey is not one of conclusions, but of deeper inquiry, appreciation, and connection, a venture into the unknown where each step takes us closer to understanding our own place within creation. Throughout history, humanity has been captivated by the notion of a divine architect, existing before time and space, orchestrating the grand tapestry of existence. This has led to countless philosophical debates, theological reflections, and scientific discoveries, all attempting to unravel the enigma of an eternal creator. Yet, in every pursuit, whether through the logical deductions of philosophers or the empirical evidence gathered by scientists, one realizes the limits of human understanding. It is as if each breakthrough in thought or observation merely reveals another layer of divine complexity, echoing the sentiment that there is always more beyond. Philosophically, thinkers from Aristotle to Aquinas have sought to understand the concept of a necessary being, one that simply is, without cause, self-existing and self-sufficient. This leads us to ponder the nature of being itself and what it means for God to exist outside the constraints of the time-space continuum, a dimension that stands in contrast to our finite perceptions. The philosophical arguments for the existence of God often culminate in the understanding that divine existence transcends human categories, such as causality or temporality. Such perspectives compel us to consider a reality where the beginning and end are not sequential moments, but eternal constants, perpetually present in the mind of the Creator. Theologically, many traditions portray God as beyond human understanding, yet intimately involved in the details of creation. This duality, the transcendent and the immanent, illustrates a profound connection between the divine and the created order. Inspired texts speak of God knowing each star by name, of counting the very hairs on our head, illustrating a meticulous care woven into the fabric of existence. It is here, in the intricate interplay of macrocosm and microcosm, that one can marvel at the divine orchestration, realizing that life itself is a testament to the Creator's artistry. In the scriptural context, God's eternal nature is often affirmed through stories and verses that highlight His timelessness and unchanging essence. Passages describe a God who existed before the mountains were born or the earth came into being. This immutable presence offers a foundation for faith, assuring believers of a divine constancy amidst life's vicissitudes. Such perspectives invite individuals to find solace in the knowledge that while much remains a mystery, the eternal Creator embodies reliability and endurance. The journey beyond comprehension is also a deeply personal one. It invites us to transcend mere intellectual understanding and to engage with the divine on an experiential level. In doing so, it becomes a pathway to spiritual growth, marked by moments of awe and reverence as one contemplates the grandeur of the universe and the intricate design of life. Engaging in practices like prayer, meditation, and reflection transforms this journey into an active dialogue with the Creator. These practices open the heart to divine whispers, inviting us to participate in the Creator's ongoing work in and through our lives. As we journey, we're called to mirror the divine attributes of love, compassion, and creativity. Just as the Creator is seen as lovingly crafting the cosmos, so too are we encouraged to cultivate love in our interactions, to show compassion to those around us, and to engage creatively with the world. This reflection of divine qualities in human action highlights the profound interconnectedness between the Creator and creation. The journey beyond comprehension does not offer tidy answers to the profound question of God's origin, nor does it aspire to confine the infinite within finite understanding. Instead, it welcomes the beauty of mystery, transforming the unknown into a catalyst for wonder, inviting each seeker to embrace faith's paradoxes and mysteries. In doing so, it emboldens an appreciation for life's rich details, urging a personal connection with the eternal, manifesting in everyday acts of kindness, understanding, and intentionality. Ultimately, this journey reflects a tapestry woven with threads of humanity's greatest aspirations to know, to love, and to find our place within the divine story. It affirms that while the mind may seek understanding, the heart finds fulfillment in relationship, and in that sacred interplay lies the essence of our connection to the divine Creator, ever inviting us beyond comprehension into the boundless realms of faith and exploration.